Is shit working? I don't know. I think, oh yeah, I think so. Okay. But is it working fine? Yeah, I think so. Okay. That's awesome. Fantastic even. It's interesting. I don't see like concurrent view. It okay, whatever. Fix the description and everything. Okay. All right. Let's figure out some shit to do and I'll start yapping about some dumb shit. If anybody knows much of this game, I'm sure the yapping will be pretty obvious of what it's gonna be. But I don't know why I don't have like a lineup set up for this. Oops, it's my microphone. It's whatever though. Alrighty. Alright, so let's start things off with I don't endorse um people buying premiums or anything. I say that as I put a premium in my lineup, but besides the point. Do as I say, not as I do. Now, maybe this would have been better as just a video. I don't know. But I think it's just better to stream it. Because why the hell not, right? Anyways, I still don't know where to like see concurrent viewers. It was there before, but now it's not. But whatever. It has magically gone missing. We should turn down game audio, because that is loud.
Right, lads, let's show these fuckers what the British Army can do.
Driver ready, engine hall.
Gun is ready, sable index.
Load already.
In any case, though, the state of this game has really fallen apart, as a lot of people have been doing content creation of lately, or at least talking about, and I know there's a lot of creators that's scared, I guess, to make videos on this stuff, and genuinely, I don't give a fuck. I'm not a, like, content creator for, well, I do content creation, kind of, but I'm not like, what's the word for it? I literally cannot, I'm not in partnership with Gaijin, right? I don't get any benefits or anything, because I'm a really small creator, and I doubt that this will even, like, get out to anywhere, but, hello. Regardless, it's not what I'm trying to get at. I'm trying to get at is that, like, people need to make more content about this, and start talking about the state of the game more, because things are kind of falling apart pretty bad, if it's not already obvious. The recent release of the, I guess what everybody calls them, the Gunner tanks that's been released. The first one sold so good that they just had to make a second one, right? And the second one is just pure slop. I mean, the first one already was pure slop, don't get me wrong. But the second one was just even more. And the, like, thirst trap bait in their trailer also really was kind of like a very low point that I feel like Gaijin got at. At least that's my opinion on that one. But anyway, I'm not really a fan of the route that they're going. Don't get me wrong, I love this game. I mean, it's a love-hate relationship, but I love this game. Solely because I just love tanks, I love planes and everything. That's the whole reason that I played this game. Like, a lot of people will say, oh, it's just not my thing. It's like, I don't play it entirely, the gameplay. It, really. Hello. Oh, you're, like, right there. Well, that's not nice. Well. Wow, the Terminator is, like, really annoying, isn't it? Anyways, like I was trying to say before I got rudely interrupted by the unkillable tank, that's gonna be something that I'm gonna, like, complain about. And don't worry, it's valid. But starting things off with, like, the Gunner tanks, I don't like the route that they're going with that, because they released the first pack and it was just copy paste, right? What was it? It was the M1A1 clickbait, it was the 2A4M, and it was the T80UE1. I think that was the first pack, which was just copy paste of vehicles that they already had. They already had the clickbait before. Well, it's just the M1A1 HC, just with a different name, but they already made a premium for it, which was a copy paste of the tech tree variant. As far as I was concerned, like, there's, like, no difference, like, at all between the two. Obviously the 2A4M is a pretty nice modification of the 2A4, so I wouldn't consider that to be, like, exactly slop. I wouldn't consider it to be, like, something insane and, like, new and exciting, you know, like super new and exciting. And then the T80UE1, like, don't get me wrong, I think it's a really solid vehicle, and that's, like, someone right there. Oh. Hello. Don't get me wrong, I think the, T80UE1 is a good vehicle. Also, hi. I see your hi-end chat. But in the current state of the game, I don't recommend buying fucking anything. It's not worth it. And buying stuff is only going to feed to the problem that is currently happening. obviously with like the Gunner stuff, it's copy paste slop. It's nothing new. It's nothing exciting. It's slop that Gaijin knows people will buy, and because people are buying it, that means it's working. So they're making more of that content, which in the end is dragging this game down. And now, like a few creators have said, excuse me, as a few creators have said, this game was really unique for all the wide variety of vehicles that they have. And it still is. You know, there's a whole bunch of like really cool vehicles and whatnot. A lot of cool like World War II stuff, modern day stuff that you don't really see in any other game other than like more arcadey types of games. Right? Obviously, I can't say much about the plane aspect. The plane aspect, there's DCS and there's like, you know, there's a whole bunch of games like that. So I'm more so just talking about ground stuff. I'm a ground main, so it's kind of where I'm focusing here. But what I'm talking about is kind of universal when it comes to the state of this game currently. I'm being... Oh. I was gonna say, I was checking a message real fast. That's not good.
How the fuck did we not enter them? Showed those fuckers what we can do.
It's really not good. It's like a T-72 or something around this corner. Yep.
Those wankers where it hurts.
Get his track at least. Oh.
Jesus Christ, my nan could aim better than
Yeah. I really wish...
There's a
Fuel
reason
tank.
you aim for the fucking weak points.
Anyway.
Fucking target.
I'm almost out of ammo. That's not too optimal, but... But yeah. What was I talking about? Oh my god. Yeah, a great day for me to be streaming. My mind's all over the place. It's whatever though. Yeah, this would have been better as a video, but hey. I'll just schizo rant, it's fine. Oh my god, what was I on about? Oh, hello. I saw that coming. Yeah, no, it feeds to the problem when people buy all the like slot content premiums that they're releasing. Obviously. And honestly, like a bunch of creators have said it. And now I'm actually remembering what I was on about prior. Hello, ADATs. Ooh. This game was known for all its unique vehicles and whatnot, right? And now it's just kind of them not doing new, unique stuff. It's kind of just been the same things. Even, like, event vehicles have been really lame as of late. Like, I mean, we remember them releasing, like, the 279 as an event vehicle. That was pretty cool. There was the 292, which I wanted that one. I never personally got to play to get it, because at that time I wasn't really too good at the game. I still don't consider myself to be really good at the game, but I was like really bad at the time, and I don't even think by that point I even had like the required rank 3 and plus to grind out event vehicles. But I digress. I wanted to get the 292 because it was cool. It's unique. I mean, sure, it's just a T80 with a bigger gun, right? But it was pretty unique. And now you think about the certain event vehicles, and it's like, well, what have we had lately? There was that KV-1 recently, right? it was just a KV-1E for the most part, just with a terrible gun. And I say terrible, I mean it was workable, but like compare it to the KV-1E, right? In comparison, it's a terrible gun. And I don't know. I feel like it just wasn't a good event. And in general, I don't think events like that is realistically any good. Because it's all low tier stuff, right? It's like rank 3, rank 4 vehicles. And oh, you're like up there. I'm blind and deaf. But it's all just low tier stuff now, and I don't know. I just don't think that that's any fun, because I mean a lot of people, and maybe this isn't for everybody, but a lot of people, as far as I know, will grind out event vehicles with high tier stuff because it's easier, right? Rank 8 gives you the, say, like 1.2, 1.3 multiplier, right? So it makes it a lot easier to grind out event vehicles, especially when certain event vehicles is like the low tier ones can be 30 to 35,000 mission score total for every 2 days, and the high tier ones are like sometimes 35, 40 to 45. So it's like it's not that huge of a difference, right? So it's like that's a lot of grinding for a low tier vehicle. And this is their method of making it easier from the crafting event that they had. Also, hello, Ghost Shell Gaming. How are you? I just think that I never played the crafting event stuff, right? Hi. I never played the crafting event stuff, so to what I heard, it was torturous, right? It wasn't fun to most people, but in the end, I guess it was rewarding in most cases. Think of the 279, for example. Like, no, it's not an insanely overpowered vehicle in my opinion. Like, I know how to kill it. A lot of people know how to kill it, but it's not often that you see it. So there's a handful of people that don't know how to handle it. But regardless, it's a pretty solid vehicle. For an event vehicle, it's good, right? I'd say probably worth playing the event for it. And, well, that's not good. Does he know that I fired? I don't think he knows that I fired. At the current moment, I'm just gonna be playing solo. I don't really have any intentions to, play for super long. This is just my schizo ranting of the current state of the game, because I want to get my word out. Because it's bad, man. It's bad. But, I was saying about the event vehicles, right? It's just slop now. Like, there was the KV-7, what was it, last year? The KV-7 was, I mean, it's different, but it's low tier. Everybody's going to be grinding stuff with high tier for the most part. So if you're doing that on the average high tier grinding, why would you want to grind for a low tier vehicle? And they're also releasing things like the past two has been what, for Russia? And it's like, Russia's a pretty major nation, I would say. A lot of people play it. So more often than not, you're going to have all the high tier stuff. And I understand, like, you don't have to just quit playing a nation once you have high tier. I feel bad I didn't see that guy. I was distracted. I understand you don't have to quit playing a nation. Hell, I have top tier Russia. And even I will, play, like, mid tier. Oh, yeah, well, that... I expected that one. Even I'll play low tier Russia. Because it's fun, it's relaxing here and there. But I don't know. I feel like most people just don't want to play for low tier vehicles like that. And honestly, as much as I do like playing like mid to low tier, I also personally don't really enjoy like that grind for something that I'm probably gonna play a couple of times, and it's just a mediocre vehicle in the end. So it's like, is it really worth grinding out the event for? I just don't see it as worth it, in my opinion. But, whoa. Excuse you? I don't know what that was, and I don't know if I want to know what that was. Are you something that I can poke? I don't think so. But I think it would just be cool if guys just started, like, at the very least, start making cool event vehicles again. Because those were fun. They were hella fun. Yeah, that. What is that? Oh, it's a weasel. Okay. Fair enough. Okay.
Those cunts can go fuck themselves.
But yeah, I think we just need more unique event vehicles at the very least. I feel like that would be a good start to things.
Good fucking kill, mate.
And
Next target.
maybe it's a bit of an ask,
SBAA.
but
Gotcha. Rotating the gun.
think of like the Black Eagle, for example, right?
Danger close.
There was the Black Eagle.
Get the next wake on that.
That one was a good, or like a good idea, but then they just stopped. They didn't care to do the Black Eagle anymore. And I mean, well, that's a nuke, but it's not like it matters. But like, the Black Eagle was a good idea. And what was it? They just didn't have enough data on it or whatever to do it. But at this point, if your game is at a point that you're now, I don't have enough data on this to do anything about it, just start making up what kind of makes sense. Don't bias it. Obviously. Don't bias it. But don't make it overly terrible either. Well, yeah, that's all that coming. Oh, I'm alive. You still haven't killed me? Hey, buddy. Hi. No, don't do that. That's no fun when you do that. What is wrong with your like your jittery, buddy?
Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. Oi, oi, oi.
Holy fuck, took a hit.
My God, this is why we hit for the weak spots. Hard.
Okay, that was like the
Targets.
that was the stupidest engagement I think I've ever had. Whatever, man. Whatever. And then no way do we actually win this? No way, bro. No way. Are we dead ass? Oh my god. Dude, whatever, man. I can't with this game sometimes. This is probably the best match I've had in a while. I need to. That deserves the screenshot. I- Make it make sense, man. Make it make sense. But to what I was saying, don't bias it, but just make new event vehicles. Make it new and exciting. Make it fun. And maybe switch it up. It doesn't have to be the whole mission score thing. I mean, I feel like the mission score thing wouldn't be that bad if they had, like, better vehicles to grind for. But I don't know. I just want something new.
Targets have been confirmed. Give them hell.
Targets received, Redcon 1. Engaging.
Driver ready. On the move.
Gunner here, Sable index.
Also, I'm thinking that, like, my chat's delayed or some shit. Maybe I'm, like, going crazy, but, like, chat just, like, exploded for a second, so I think it's, like, delayed. God. Anyways, like I was saying, it's just the event stuff is one thing, but they really need to stop the premium spam. That's the other huge thing, and that relates back to the whole like Gunner tank pack stuff. They have been releasing non-stop premiums lately. That is just, it's getting excessive, right? Like, I remember when things like the Fuji came out, right? That was cool. And they weren't doing too much premium slop at that time. I mean, it was starting to get a little bit bad, but it was more tolerable. Put it that way. It was more tolerable. But then we get to this point now that it's every update, it's almost more premiums than it is tech tree vehicles getting released, right? And that's not really a good thing. Oh, hello. That was my fault. I wasn't really paying attention. But it's not really a good thing when you're starting to release more premiums than tech tree just because your premium stuff is making sales. But I understand it's a marketing thing. But the player base in the past has made a difference on things. And that comes into where when people make a move, and not just one content creator, not like 2 or 3, like a ton of people make a move. It's been done before a few years back. I don't remember the exact thing, but I know a lot of people were talking about it. That Gaijin had done something that the player base really did not like. We already have a plane, are we deadass? They did a thing that people hated. And the player base started like going at Gaijin for it. And eventually, they apologized for it. So, they fixed things in the past. It's just, you really gotta make them do it. And I don't think that that's a good method to how a company should go about their stuff. But at the end of the day, if they at least make a difference, it's better than nothing. At least in my book, it's better than nothing. But, is that a... Oh, that is a type mini, so he's gonna... Okay, house.
Got them target, will ya?
On the way.
He's gonna house. I feel like this match ain't gonna be it for me. It's kind of like brain off yapping about this stuff. But... Is he still there? I don't think so. Oh no, he's dead. In any case, though, the premium spam just needs to stop. add more tech tree stuff. And honestly, event stuff is a good middle ground, because at least then it's like, if it's really good, then grind for it, right? At the end of the day, at least you're getting it for free. Maybe you're going to lose some of your mental state, but you're getting it for free at the end of the day, right? So, I just personally think that that's a better way to go about it. And if they start making more premium event vehicles, right? Like, they've only been doing that with the low tier stuff. And, I mean, sure, it's nice to have, like, you know, it's at least a premium vehicle that you can get for free. But, is it really worth it? Is it really worth it for a low tier premium? Because I don't really think it is. That did a surprising amount of lack. Gotta try harder than that. There you go. But I don't think I can, like, yeah, no, it ain't worth it. In any case, I'm losing my mind here trying to think of stuff, and I'm repeating myself. Sorry, but quit the premium spam and start focusing more on tech tree and events. And honestly, another thing, fuck the inventory. That's something major that a lot of people have been talking about. Quit with the inventory. Don't invest so much into it. Reinvest in something else. People have said this. Do new game modes. Nuclear Thunder was really good, really cool. What did you do in this dev server recently? You ruined it. You completely ruined it. And honestly, like, Nuclear Thunder was fun from the start, right? Like, it was really fun. And then they slowly started making it worse. And worse. And worse. And then it just no longer became fun. And because of that, they ruined that game mode. They just completely ruined it. But they had something going at first. They genuinely had something cool, something different. It was nice. But again, they ruined it. But simply. But it'd be nice if they have new game modes. And I personally don't know what they really could do in terms of, like, ground or air. But, like, I know people have their suggestions. I know that it's possible that they can do new game modes, new and exciting stuff. So they should just do it. And I know that's a big ask, but, like, they should do it. And it would bring more people to the game, right? You have people playing all the new game modes, having fun. Like, I mean, hell, there was the, battle that they did, that they started, like they kind of had originally, where it was the 2 caps, they take a while to cap. But then they changed it to where it's now you either cap or it's the first to 60. That was pretty cool. Some people might hate it. Here and there I find it annoying, but I like it because it really brings out long-winded games. And sometimes those long-winded games can be really annoying and just, I don't want to play this match anymore. To, it's pretty okay, it's pretty fun. Oh.
Holy shit, he's looking right at us.
Well, I'm dead.
Fuck, they need Peter.
Or I'm not. I guess, bro. I guess.
We took a hit.
Oh, now I am. Oh, there's a few in there. Yeah, we'll just go play topside. But new game modes would be fun. Battle is good. outside of that, I guess one major thing to talk about that really has set off the player base as of very recently is their biasing. There's always that long-running joke of, oh my god, there's Russian bias in this game, there's Russian bias. It's not entirely false, and it's not entirely true. Now, like, a lot of people will say, oh, X Russian vehicle actually performed, like, really bad. It had all of this, and this problems and everything, right? But in War Thunder, it's, like, overly good. And it's like, that one is a bit of an arguable opinion, I guess, or an arguable take. Because think of it as, like, German World War II stuff. They had a bunch of chronic issues, transmissions and everything mainly. But they don't have that in War Thunder, because War Thunder keeps everything consistent in terms of, like, vehicle health, right? They're all in what they would be, like, kind of on their paper in their best working form. For the most part. I'll get more into that. But in terms of, like, Russian and German stuff, that's kind of what I mean, right? They have it in their, like, best working form. So, like, yeah, the T-34s, they came out and had a bunch of, like, chronic issues, maybe. Some were good, some were bad, some were, you know, it's all over. But in War Thunder, they're consistent in how they work. They're unkillable with volumetric half the time. But I wouldn't say there's too much bias there. In terms of volumetric, I mean, that happens on everything. That happens at top tier. It's so stupid with what volumetric can do sometimes that it's like, you can't really blame it on one specific vehicle. It happens on everything. It just happens that certain vehicles, like the T-34s, the T-44s, just a bunch of Russian stuff, have a bunch of volumetric hell that makes it more annoying to deal with. But that's just how, like, the shape of the armor is and everything. I don't really think that's much of a bias thing. I hear like a Su-30 or something, or it's an F-18. It's like a 27 or something. I don't know. I don't know my Sukhois not well. Anyway, getting off track again. But I don't see the bias much with that. The bias that I see that comes in, especially as of recently, is in regards to Russian protection at high tier vehicles, right? And anyway, oh, I thought I had laser rangefinder. I don't. That's highly unfortunate, actually. Ow. Hey, don't do that. That's not nice. Can you even, like... Oh. Brother. Are we... Okay, hold on. Battle of the skill issues over here. Oh, that's my engine. I thought I hit his lower plate. Maybe I'm just chronically bad. Oh, uh-oh. Damn, I can't even kill you either? I mean, I guess, bro. I guess. Okay, bye. Bye. Literally, bye. But I definitely see the issue in terms of Relic. Now, benefit of the doubt, they nerfed Contact. Like, I think it was Contact 5, was it? They nerfed it on a bunch of, like, older vehicles that use it. And that was a nice addition, right? Not that I found Contact 5 really insane in the first place, but they did nerf it, nonetheless. But in regards to, like, the new Abrams, right? It's like, we're getting a new Abrams. That's cool and all. my shot went into nothing. It's cool that we're getting new Abrams, and you know, we're getting that like anti-ERA shell. That's really cool. But now, that was I overled that one a little. That one was completely on me. I do not think it is my day today. I was just in the, assuming that that message is coming in just now from you, Brules. That was a Black Knight. At least I think it was a Black Knight. Was I in there or was it in the Charlie 3? It was a Black Knight. But in terms of things like Relic, well, yeah, the Relic buff. That's what I was gonna get into. It's cool. We got Sep V3. We got a new shell, right? We got the anti-ERA shell. That's really cool. But from the start, I knew Gaijin had something in mind in regards to that. There's no way that they were finally going to add an anti-ERA shell that you can just get away with, right? Because I feel like with this game, America and Russia are complete polar opposites in terms of like how they balance them, how they buff them, how they nerf them. Think about it. The Abrams is getting nerfed again in this update. They're getting more electronic stuff added into the turret. That's going to cripple it more as soon as you get hit. And I understand they're doing it with a lot of vehicles, but like, the Russian vehicles never got anything too much like that. Like, the horizontal drive is completely separate still from the, horizontal drive is completely separate from, no, please don't. Now there is a method to the madness. Okay. Yeah. But it's just like Russian tanks don't have that horizontal drive. Like they have the little ring, but they don't have like a whole basket. And I don't think they really have like the whole basket sitting there. Like they have that carousel autoloader. But this one I think has been controversial, so I'm not going to get too far into this one. But personally, I feel like the that was my camera doing. I feel like the horizontal drive and the autoloader on Russian tanks should be put together. I feel like they should be one big piece, right? Like they should move together. Because it's kind of annoying sometimes. Oh my goodness. It's kind of annoying when you say shoot a Russian tank in the side and you get like, oh, autoloader, cool. Well, what does that actually do? Because you only got his autoloader, so he can still like mess you up when he like rotates his turret, and you only get his autoloader, so if he hasn't shot, then he still has one in the breach, right? So it just it doesn't seem right to me, honestly. Ooh. There's like Angry 2S38 in here somewhere. Oh, there he was. But I don't know. I just think that that's a little bit BS. Ooh, ow. Outside of that, this all comes down to M829A3 now. Cool, anti-ERA shell. Now, on paper it seems cool, right? Like, it was designed and made to go through ERA. And it was tested on Contact 5 because I think it was, what, the Ukrainians or something sent over Contact 5 to America to test that out. Don't quote me on that. history between certain modern stuff is not my thing. I know modern vehicles, I know roughly how they work, but history on how certain things were made, I don't know. So don't believe everything I say when it comes to like history on that. But either way, it was tested on ERA. Now, albeit it, I don't think it was tested on Relict, but that doesn't change the fact that it should be able to still punch through Relict. And I think it's already been proven that most shells have punched through some Relic that is actually functional. I'm not talking about the ones that's just empty or full of macaroni. Can't forget about that one. But either way, M829 should definitely be able to punch through. And I don't think the anti-ERA stuff has been properly implemented, at least to what people have tested. Like, originally when people were testing it, it had to be added through, like, modification of, like, what it should work like. So, no one really truly knows. But what we do know is that Gaijin buffed these armor properties on Relict. And basically, as far as I know, and people were testing it in the hit analysis when they made this change, and albeit I still don't know if they have the anti-ERA stuff implemented on the shell when they tested this. They could have not. They could have. I don't know. But when people were testing it, it was pretty tough to pin. It was almost like currently, if you shoot like, I don't know, say this, like 3BM42 or 3BM46, take a shell of similar variety, maybe, well, I think DM33, maybe. DM33 is maybe a good example. Or regular M829. Take shells like that and shoot it into Relict. It, more often than not, in actual practice and battles, it's going to give you a whole lot of BS. It ain't going to do nothing. That's the problem. Is that now, M829 A3 is supposed to have better pinning capabilities, right? Well, slightly. I mean, it pins like 10 more millimeters, but it's supposed to be able to punch through ERA. And so now, the effectiveness, at least to when people tested it at the time of M829 A3, when shooting it against Relict, it did the same amount of damage as, like, what a non-long rod APF SDS would have done. Is that a... Oh, that is. Was not aware of that. But it did the damage of what a non-long rod dart would do. And so that means if the new anti-ERA shell does that, what's the regular shell's gonna do? It is now basically impossible for certain guns. I haven't tested it because I didn't really play much on the dev server, and I don't know if anybody else really tested it, so don't quote me on this. The 105, or I say the 105, any like 105mm APF SDS, I think probably struggles pretty bad on like even the side of Relict equipped vehicles. And you know, it's one thing to buff certain vehicles that have Relic, like what, the T72B3, the T90M. Like, it's one thing to do that. And oh look, modification, cool. Anyway, it's one thing to do that. Oh, I guess the BVM as well, to buff the Relic on it. But when they then buff the Terminator, like, it got a nerf and a buff. It got the dispersion nerf that I don't think is like currently active. I think that's going to be on live server when it comes out. But they heavily nuked its dispersion, and that's good because it's not supposed to be an accurate vehicle whatsoever. Like, what they had already was nowhere near how inaccurate it should be. But they finally nerfed it, and that's good. But then it's like everybody's happy, like, oh yeah, yay, you nerfed the Terminator finally, cool. Just to buff it again. Because then they buff Relict, and I mean, albeit the outside Relict isn't like insane on its like kinetic protection. But it still got up by a lot. And I think I still have it saved of what the values were that they changed it to. If I can find it. Right. So chemical on Relic is going from 500 millimeters to 600 millimeters, which I think they already did. So maybe it is already out. I don't know. But from 500 to 600. And there's the modifiers for like the actual properties of the ERA. That isn't something that you just see through this. It is like the actual game values. Chemical on Relic went from 775% to 900%. Basically making it to where pretty much any kind of chemical munition is just good luck. Right? And probably even tandem warheads. But, you know, beats me. Moving on though, kinetic didn't get much of like an actual like difference here on what you can see on like stat, but it did get buffed in terms of its properties from 170% to 225%. So why? Because these things were already hard enough to kill. Even like the T90s, just anything with Relic was already a pain to kill. They were like impossible half the time. So why buff that to make them even harder to kill? I understand that these vehicles, and people can hate on me for saying this, but this is just my take on it because it's how I see it. These vehicles rely on their ERA to stay alive, right? Their ERA is what keeps these things, I guess at least in-game, competitive. And honestly, I mean, personally, when I play Russia, I don't see these things as like super biased. Like, sure, they can tank hits and everything, but like, for me personally, I don't see them as like insane vehicles, right? I see them as okay. Me personally, I like playing things like the Type 10 more. Type 10 is more enjoyable in my opinion. The Challengers are pretty fun as well. That's not a Challenger, but Challengers are fun. They're slow, but they're fun. And then you got things like the Leclerc, which, I mean, they heavily nerfed recently with that whole, you know, power system and everything that they shoved in it. But still, I find these fun vehicles to play. And you get some fun stuff to pair them with. And I mean, of course, same with Russia, you get fun stuff to pair them with, I guess. But still, that's my personal opinion. Everybody's different, so don't hate me. Don't hate me. I digress. It's just the fact that they're buffing Russia and nerfing things with America, or just NATO in general, that really shows some of their bias. But I don't want to keep this going for much longer because I'm kind of just repeating myself. I'm yapping. I'm literally just yapping. So, to end it off, and without me getting distracted in like an actual match and everything, so I guess I can't do good commentary, I guess. Maybe I'll get used to it if I make more content, I don't know. But to what I think people should do, I'm not saying give up the game. I'm not saying to go onto the forums and start shitting on Gaijin, telling them like, you know, hey, you suck, fix this, fix it. I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is that to any content creators that this can reach out to, and, you know, I'll probably make a post on like my Instagram about this and whatnot and see if that makes it anywhere. But to any of the content creators out there, just don't be scared. Make the video. And everybody's saying this, but it's true. Make the video. And I understand maybe you don't want to lose your partnership with Gaijin, but at this point, if you don't make a move and make a video to where we can all get words out here to Gaijin to start fixing their game, they're just going to run the game into the ground to where there won't be a player base anymore. And then you're going to have a partnership for what game? Right? In my opinion, it's better off to risk your partnership to either you keep it or you lose it. But at the end of the day, there's still a game there, and you're helping out the community. Assuming that you, as content creators, would want to do, help out the community and keep the game running. That would keep the game running. But I would say stop promoting, like, your discount codes for things. Well, some people don't even, like, promote vehicles anymore. Like, I know a few people. I mean, hell, I'm in Justin's squadron. I don't know Justin, but, like, I know enough of him that he doesn't promote to buy vehicles. It's more of a at your own discretion if you wish to buy it. And normally that would be my take of, if you really like a vehicle and you think that it fits you, buy it. But in this current state, don't give Gaijin any more money. It's not worth it. And I won't lie, it came across my mind to think of, like, oh, I should buy, like, that new Type 90 that came out in, like, that Gunnar pack, right? Like, sure, that came across my mind. It's like, it's another Type 90, right? But then I saw that they were doing that AI generative stuff on, like, the Challenger 2. And then I was like, ooh, on second thought, no, I'm not paying them anymore. It's not worth it. Because they're just making slop content, and I would be feeding to the problem that is here currently of they're making copy-paste vehicles like that Type 90, and they know people will buy it. And because people will buy it, that makes them money. That means they can keep doing the slop creations. It's not worth it. Don't buy it anymore. Don't buy anything. All those new fancy, nice pre-orders and everything that's coming out this update, that nice, shiny new F14, not worth it, man. It is not worth it. Enjoy what you have. Grind normally. Because remember, that new F14 is like a top-tier premium. Similar of the F18. Or that Su-30 SM. Or MK, whatever it is, right, that I have. Right? Ooh, my game does not like that. It's like this. They will never add premium vehicles past rank 5. That's what they said. Because they feel that players should work to get to the high ranks. And now I'm one at fault to use a premium to get to the high ranks in terms of air. It's kind of just because I suck at air, and I just wanted to get through it quick, so I already had grinded stuff, like, via the tech tree. This was a while back that I had gotten these premiums, like, before it started completely falling into the slop content. But I digress. Content creators need to make a move and speak their mind about how they feel about the state of the game. And honestly, the major things that I would say for Gaijin to do is stop making the slot premiums. Stop making copy-paste. Copy-paste anything. And, I mean, certain things, right? Like, benefit of the doubt, that Leopard 2 that's being added to, like, Japan because it's, what, Singaporean, I think? Or something like that. Sure. That's pretty valid. I've been kind of excited for that one. I won't lie. I've been excited for that. And it's a tech tree vehicle, so you can't entirely complain. It's a tech tree vehicle. I don't mind copy-paste here and there for tech tree vehicles. Because they're not trying to get your money for something that you can get for free. Right? And it's like that heavily comes into play when it comes into things like, I don't know. It's kind of hard to say with certain things. It's like, sure, I have the Type 90 Fuji, but then they start making the like content slop of doing it again. And then it's just like, at the end of the day, sure, it helped me grind, and it was my first premium vehicle that I bought when this thing came out. Well, no, not when it came out. Not when it came out. I'm sorry. I'm thinking about it wrong. I don't remember when the Fuji came out. I remember now that it came out at a really low BR. But I digress. Or no, I think it was the Fuji that came out like a few years ago. So I do remember it. Never mind. I'm just stupid. The Type 90, though, in general, I don't remember when it came out. That's way too long ago. But you have the premium versions here, and this is the Type 90B. Well, here it is right here. What's the difference? Well, get a camo net. And well, that's it. You get a camo net. And I am happy that Gaijin is like, you know, with the new Abrams and everything, they're adding camo nettings to tech tree vehicles. That's really cool. I love camo netting stuff. Like, camo nets looks really cool. And that especially comes into play on things like the Charlie 2 OES. I think the netting looks really cool. And it'd be really cool if there was like the like anti-thermal camos and whatnot. And sorry, I'm nerding out. That's beyond what I'm trying to get at here. But Gaijin needs to stop making a bunch of copy-paste premiums and event vehicles. They need to start doing things uniquely. Even if it means forget about getting full in-depth detail of what you can. People leaking classified documents that only makes things worse. Just do it to what general information is, right? And it's like that comes into play with the SEP v3. Obviously, that's like America's most current modern MBT. So there's not really going to be any information that you can get out of it in terms of its armor specifications. We know about it, like, you know, it has depleted uranium and everything, but like, as far as we know, only certain ones have the depleted uranium even in the hull. But regardless of that, because Gaijin doesn't really model DU, because like I think DU should be in like the front, their little like rod inserts. But either way, we know that the SEP v3 has improved lower front plate armor. This is even said by personnel in the military. And that's not classified information. We know that it's upgraded because it's literally an upgrade package for the Abrams. They stated that they upgraded the armor in the turret and the hull. Now, specifications of how thick the hull is, we don't know. But we do know that it's a certain increase, like not by much, but a decent increase from what it originally was in like its SEP v2 form. So, as far as I know, the SEP v3 should have like 500 to 550 millimeters, I think, closer to 600 millimeters of lower front plate armor. I don't know that for certain. Obviously, that data isn't really out there. And if it is, then it's people that have the right to know that information, or people that shouldn't know that. But I am not one of those people. I do not know what the specifications of the Abrams is. I just know what it roughly is based on like its really old past forms of documents that got released to the public like 10 years ago. Like the base M1, for example, like the specifications on its armor and whatnot, like it was classified, but it was released in like 2014 by the government. So it's no longer secret information. But it's just, if there's multiple sources of people claiming that like the armor should be 500 to 600 millimeters on the lower front plate, they should just do that. Just make it simple. Because then you're going to have people bitching and moaning of like, oh, it's not right, it's not right, it's not right, it's not right. I feel like it's just better to fix it. And there's going to be people that's going to complain regardless, but they'll complain less. Right? Hopefully. Hopefully. But I digress. They need to just start making stuff better. No more slop. No more premium spam every update. Just keep it normal. Keep it unique. And if they can do that, then there's no problem. At least in my opinion, there's no problem. But I think that's where I'm going to call quits here. Content creators, try and get your word out there. And let's make this game not as shitty as it's falling into, because I love tanks. I don't want to go back to World of Tanks, man. I want to keep playing this game. I love things like this. It has been something I've been into for years. It's just something about it I just love. And I want this game to like turn around, because it really does have potential. They have something that a bunch of games don't have. That's a shit ton of vehicles and a really good damage model. It has its issues, but compared to other games, it works. In any case, though, that's where I conclude this. I don't know if I actually spoke too much about like what needed to be spoken of, but I just wanted to rant about it because it's becoming a problem with this game at this point. It's bad, man. But yeah,